Hey there team, and welcome to another field battle 3v3 here. This is on the Shire, I'm pretty sure. It's named Dale Shire 3v3, either way, so I suspect that's the case. I'm got my Dalian bowmen out front, with no armor upgrade for them today. The shield and their half-decent armor keeps them safe enough, I hope. The Earls of Dale in the back, Dalian Royal Guard, of course, generals there, dismounted Earls of Dale, dismounted Earls of Dale again, Barding Herd, with some Lake Town Pikes, 2 units off them, and the Kildoon River Patrol, and then some Swordmasters and Dalian Paladins over there. So, pretty normal for me. Yeah, no Dalian Cav, just relying on the Earls of Dale to grab enemy cavalry. First ally is the Gandhi Berserk, so he's got his Morin on guard, Minas Morgul Chosen, and more Morin on guard. 2 Minas Morgul Chosen, sorry. Then the Orc Fodder, a nice line of Morin infantry. Bulldogs, Olokai over there, Troll Drummers there, Melkor's Chosen there, and Morin archers, and some Orc Javies, which is good to see. I think it's a very sound strategy. Over here we have Mirkwood, Hobbits, not Mirkwood, I saw the Ents. So we've got the Sheriffs, the Bjornings, more Sheriffs, the Ents, of course, as I said, Farmers of Buckland, Battling Brandy Bucks, Proudfoot Protectors, and as is the nature of Hobbits, we've probably got half of their army hiding. The Tookish Hunters over here, and Banderbreast Archers with the Hobbitry in arms hiding as well. So this is 31,000 frames, which is very long for a pitch battle of any sort. So I'm starting to get some memories popping back, and I think I am remembering why this did take so long, but we'll see how it goes when we get into it. This will probably be one of the later videos I have coming out scheduled. So, you know, I've not been able to respond to anything that anybody's been saying, of course, because I've been away. But this will probably be coming out, I think, the week of the 5th of March. So it'll be a few days after that, probably the 9th or the 10th. 9th, I think, yeah. So I'll be getting close to coming home. Definitely not home just yet though, but it shouldn't be long now. It shouldn't be long until we finish deploying, I hope. We'll jump at ×6 speed. We've got Mordor here deploying quite close on my flank, and the Hobbits are deploying quite close as well, and I'm kind of right in the middle. I don't really want to leave anybody hanging. We've seen how that's really nailed people in the past, quite recently, you know. Oopsie daisies. I was holding control instead of shift. That was why it wasn't working. Let's go to 0.2 just to make sure everything's nice and slow. First enemy here is Elamau. He's playing as Rohan. He's got his Riddermark archers up front, backed up by some Eastmark spears and Westmark infantry. Then more Westmark infantry on the right flank. Helm's Hammers, double Marshals, double Shield Maidens, Medicild Guard, Sons of the Ale, double Riddermark skirmishers, and the Red Shields of Erkenbrand. Quite like that army, definitely. That's pretty solid in my mind. Yeah, I would maybe have only gone for, say, 1 Riddermark skirmishers because you've got the red shields at the end of the day, but he's definitely wanting to throw some javelins on people, and I don't blame him for that. Then Arthedain here, led by Cav, is how I usually say that name. Arthedain sergeants there, stubble Forest-Aaron Knights, a nice battle line off the Arthedain marksmen, Evandom Archers, and then Evandom Spears alongside the Forest-Aaron Defenders, actually. No pikes. Okay, cool. Not relying on the pikes to hold the line today. He's got his Innuminous Gate Guard back there, and along with some Arthedain Men-at-Arms with a double armor upgrade today. And then the dismounted Knights of Innuminous. So that's definitely not going to be fun for my infantry line to go up against. That's, yeah, pretty beefy force. Y2K's got his Warg Skirmishers there. Trolls of the White Hand. Urukai Archers there, more Urukai Archers. Crossbow line, behind them some Pikes and Urukai Infantry. The Guards of Orthanc there, that's where the General is, and some more Warg Riders. Guards of Orthanc is a nice place to put your General, but it does remove his ability to use the Rally Call, as the Shield Wall ability overrides that. So we'll jump at 2 speed because I think we've got a bit of skirmishing to be had. The enemy forces here are deciding to sort of hold the slopes, which I don't blame them for, which does generally mean that we need to see if we can nuke somebody else in the meantime. Gandhi is coming over to back me up on my right flank. And the Red Shields of Erkenbrand are going to come and pester him. Now the Red Shields, unlike a lot of Horse Archers, the Red Shields are very nicely armoured and they have that good shield. So they can really take a good bit of arrow fire. You know, usually what you'd want to do with, say, nomadic Horse Archers or something like that is just shoot them. You can't really do that as effectively with the Red Shields of Erkenbrand. Orc Javies is an interesting choice because they are spears and melee. And it's probably, I'd say that's definitely worth a jav volley. Hopefully a lot of those javelins did hit. I think we're going to have to slow it down now. I was maybe 2 times speed for a little bit too long. The sheriffs are coming up, and their little stones are going to be quite interesting up against the warg skirmishers. Those stones of theirs are AP, of course, but yeah, I don't know. Well, it's a decent move from Grizzly, and definitely more effective up against, well, cost effective up against the champions of the White Hand. Oh, these are warg skirmishers at the end of the day. I would have maybe wanted to charge them, but the champions and the trolls would have definitely made quick work of the sheriffs. So he's just sort of skirmishing away at him. I'm coming up alongside him. I want to like really sort of take the high ground, while Mordor sort of keeps my right flank secure. So there's a lot of posturing, as there usually is in a lot of field battles. Field battles, I always find they go one of 2 ways. It's either, oh, Dunedin Troll Slayers have just popped up there. Definitely don't want them to get some stones thrown at them, but the Evenham Archers are making quick work of these poor sheriffs. As I say, I think field battles always go like one of 2 ways. You're either, you click your fingers and suddenly everybody, like half of your army is dead, or you spend the first 10,000 frames maneuvering around each other. And I enjoy those because there are many times where you play a fight and you kind of feel like you've won before anybody's even fought because you've managed to just outmaneuver your enemy. And it's an enjoyable thing for sure, and it's something that I feel the later Total War games really miss out on in my mind. You know, the maps are so small, units move so quickly that yeah, well, there's so many times in Reforged even, or any of the earlier Total Wars, when as I say, if you were able to get around behind somebody just because you've been careful, you've been threatening them, you've been slowing them down, and suddenly, hey, yeah, my army's got the high ground and they're coming down on top of you. You've won before any fighting has really happened. And those sorts of victories are an awful lot of fun. So we are kind of doing that here a bit, just posturing at each other. They've got a much better position. Rohan is moving over to support them. The sheriffs are just sort of messing with people. Good morale on those guys. Taking out to 7 and they're still standing. A lot of arrow fire has actually been spent on them right now though. So that is, they maybe haven't scored too many kills, but they have been quite effective. And so I see the Riddermark Archers and I think, okay, cool. I can definitely outshoot the Riddermark Archers. Whereas the Mordor Archers probably can't. Elamau is coming for this monster flank around behind us though, which is a little bit frightening. I've got my Earls of Dale, but I don't really want to, you know, the Red Shields are probably going to beat the Earls of Dale. I'm not certain of that, but they'll definitely give them a good match. But then what will definitely be very upsetting will be the Riddermark Skirmisher Javelins just slamming into the backs of my Earls mid-fight. So I don't really want that. And so we're keeping an eye on them. And hopefully we'll just be able to shoot them to pieces if they do approach us. But Mordor is coming up closer onto my right flank either way. My Dalian bows fired off a few volleys at them, but I wasn't really getting effective fire, so I decided to hold off on that. For now, anyway, it looks like I might actually be going against that strategy in a moment. So we're at 7,000 frames now. I've done, you know, perhaps not 3v3s, but I've done a lot of field battles that have been under 7,000 frames. So, and we've not even really had any casualties. Are we at 1% of allies' casualties? So there's been a lot of sheriffs dying and probably a few more orcs too. So the Dalian bows, yeah, I put them over here and I kind of just had them staring down the Riddermark Archers. But I didn't fire. My reason being for this was that I was at his maximum range. The Riddermark Archers are decent, but not great. But I felt like standing at their maximum range, spread out, decent armor on me, a shield on my back, I was happy enough to use up his ammunition. So I just sat there and I let Elamau fire off his Riddermark Archers at my Dalian bows for a while. And I do take some losses, but this is a lot of ammunition that's getting spent on me. I think, are these some sheriffs trying to bite off a bit more than they can chew, maybe? I'm not... Oh, right, yeah, they really are biting off a bit more than they can chew. Very small unit of sheriffs, just mucking about. I think they might have... They killed off... Oh, no, they didn't. I thought they might have killed off a red shield, but they definitely did not. Well, they did their part, and just sort of pestered them back for a little bit. But I'm moving my Earls of Dale over and just keeping an eye on them. We have got the Melkor's Chosen that could definitely mess those guys up, but right now if we attacked them, they would just keep running away from us. So this looks really bad, as my Dalian bowmen are now down to 90 men, but those Riddermark archers have used up a heck of a lot of fire by this point. And wait, is that... No, it's just one big unit, one spread out unit of Riddermark archers. But if I can use up all of their ammunition and still have, what, maybe hopefully 70 Dalian bowmen left, that's something pretty decent in my mind. What have we got going on over here? Yeah, so it looks like we are going to have some cavalry action happening shortly. Earls of Dale came over to support because Elamau looks like he is gearing up to try and strike the Hobbits. The archer fire from the red shields will definitely be quite unpleasant to the poorly armoured Hobbits. But yeah, definitely don't want my Earls to get messed up by those javelins, as I said earlier, or the big two-handed axes that the Riddermark skirmishers pull out afterward. But the Bjornings are quite important as well, and we don't want them to get hurt. Quite, very menacing men. Riddermark archers still firing away. They might have changed target now to the Mordor archers, who are trying to respond to their fire. And they'll start to drop a few. But as I say, I'm not... Riddermark archers lack a shield. Alright, okay, cool. But I really just kind of felt, I don't want to shoot at his archers. I just want his archers to run out of ammunition. I want to be shooting at his actual infantry or his cavalry. Or maybe save my archers for, save my arrows for like the pikemen or all the pikemen of the Uruk-hai and so on. But it looks like we are really trying to press them a bit. My poor Earls took a bit of damage there from arrows or possibly javelins too. But we're chasing them back. And just trying to use up their red shields ammunition. These sheriffs came in again. So this is a fresh unit off. Managed to catch them actually, but this has been quite a massacre. The red shields are quite something. They really are a powerful unit. Warg skirmishers coming on down at us now. And so the Proudfoot Protectors really exposing themselves there. I think that they took a lot of fire, which is quite unfortunate. Even being the most well-armoured unit that the Hobbits really have, still not too well-armoured. Looks like Bjornings, though, are catching up with these skirmishers and just soaking up those javelins. Which somebody's got to do it. It's very unfortunate that it is that task has fallen down to Grizzly Fox, though. I was quite happy enough just holding my position, and if they did come close, we've got the Mordor archers, we've got my archers, my Dalian archers, that we can mince them. Down to 80 Dalian bowmen. And are these guys finally... No, they're not even out of ammunition yet. Gosh dang. Oh, saying that. Good, thank goodness. Finally, the Riddermark archers are out of ammo. And that is just one unit off them. So they've used up all of that ammo to kill off quite a few Mordor archers and quite a few of my Dalian bows. But my Dalian bowmen have still got just about all of their ammunition remaining. And now that there's no archers to really mess them up, I'm a bit more free to get closer and to use them the way that I want. Warg skirmishers here, throwing off some javelins, or maybe not. Probably wanting to get some javelins into the Bjornings, I'd say. These sheriffs here, okay, cool. They might have been off fire at will or something like that, but they'll throw off their little stones at the Warg skirmishers, which will definitely hurt these very poorly armoured boys, but it's such a low amount of damage from those little stones that really is the armour piercing that makes them quite tempting. Very embarrassing to be a great knight and just have a sheriff hurl a stone at your forehead and just crack you off your horse. Go back to 2 times speed just to... Because this little skirmish fight does go on for a very long time, and we don't want to make an attack while they've still got cavalry behind us and while they're in a superior position. One of those things would maybe be alright, but both of them is a bit scary. So, yeah, it looks like Minas Morgul chosen there. Mordor archers fallen back. He's still just got his Riddermark archers out front. But, yeah, so I could advance right now. Oh, wow. You don't really see the Arthedain sergeants receiving those 2 armor bonuses there. They look quite fearsome with it. Oh, that little guy with his chainmail face. So he's quite a menacing fellow. You can't really tell where he's going, but hey. His charge is still quite brutal, all the same. Sons of the Ale, so they definitely have the cavalry advantage, but we knew that going in. Arthedain's a damn good cavalry faction. Rohan, of course, is a damn good cavalry faction. So we knew that we would not be winning the cavalry fight. But as long as we can just hurt them and keep them from doing any major damage to us with their cavalry, that's all that matters. And that is why I have made sure to bring my mounted Earls of Dale. Cav is coming forward now with his archers, trying to get them in range of mine. But I think once again, I am planning to just hold my fire and let him use up his militia arrows against me. For a time, anyway. Arthedain marksmen, though, that's a different story. Force Air and Defenders backing them up. Ooh, Riddermark archers. Is this a... I think he swapped, yeah, he swapped them around. We didn't see him do that, but pretty smart. So now he's able to use this fresh unit of archers against my same unit of Dalian bowmen. So I decided to bring them on back now. They've suffered quite a few casualties. I don't want them to get taken out too much. And the Orc fodder are pushing themselves forward now. And I'm going to be... Oh, I'm not. I'm holding my fire against the Arthedain bowmen there. Nice little charge by the Warg Riders. Probably wanting to grab the Bandabrass archers, but lying in wait were the Hobbitry arms that have just jabbed a few of them. Oh, I was going to say they've killed a few of them, but they definitely haven't. There's no Warg corpses here. Sweet, that was a quick little in and out from Y2K. Looks, yeah, Gandhi is moving up for an assault now. And because we've used up a lot of their Riddermark archer fire, they're not really going to be able to unload heaps of fire onto these less armoured Mordor troops on the attack. Really is going to be down to just their infantry forces. The Eastmark spearmen are going to get a good javelin volley in. Let's see how effective that sort of is. Okay, turning over here. Looks like the Minas Morgul chosen are gearing up to receive it. Nicely armoured, those guys. And a few of them actually dropped down. Good javelin volley, and there'll be another one coming in now. Very good. So it's a good cheap unit, just dealing a nice bit of damage there, and then just, I think we've got another. Okay, that one wasn't as effective, but it's still pretty dandy. And then the same is happening over on this part of the battlefield too. So we've got the real clash beginning now. And those shield maidens, that's a whole different story. That's not the Eastmark spears. But looks like Gandhi's just wanting to power on through and get stuck into those shield maidens as quickly as he possibly can. Because Arthedain is really just engaging me in a bit of a skirmish fight, I will be moving some troops to assist momentarily. Yeah, my Bardian marksmen are coming on over. And I quite like doing this sort of thing, when you can really just sort of stare down your opponent. Like, I'm not firing at him, I'm just letting him use his ammunition at maximum range and just whittle down into me, but just save my ammunition for later. The Mordor archers trying to find some targets. We're watching out for those bloomin' sergeants, though. That is a pretty frightening concept. Because as I'm coming over to assist, Arthedain is coming over to assist as well. Actually, crumbs, those Arthedain sergeants are coming on in quick. And we, Dalian bowmen, going to be trying for it, but they do not actually... Oh yeah, they do. So they've got 2 levels of armor upgrades, or maybe it's just 1. I never really take the Arthedain sergeants, so no, when I bring the cavalry of Arthedain, I really sort of go for Forest Air and Knights, if I'm honest. I've got my cavalry over here though, just trying to muck through and battle some of those Warg skirmishers. Hopefully kill a few of them off quick, just even the tide. My Kildren River Patroller over here, my Dismounted Earls of Dale. I'm really just wanting to slam as much as I possibly can over here to back up Mordor. and just carry this assault through. My pikemen have actually come over here to provide a bit more killing power to the Minas Morgul Chosen. Dismounted Earls of Dale battling up against the Westmark Marshals. Definitely not a fun fight for the Earls of Dale, but it looks like we are doing pretty well there. They've got some Swordmasters of Esgaroth. I always say this every time I see them. They're my favourite human Swordmaster. I just think they're good. They're just really good. With the exception, of course, elite bodyguard Swordmasters. My Kilduin boys throwing off their javelins. You couldn't really ask for a much better target than the Westmark Marshals for your javelins, so that's fair enough. The wave of Arthedain now, and I enjoy it when these sorts of fights happen, when it's not a standard sort of series of 1v1s, when it really is a case of just people layering in more and more reinforcements over the fight. I think it's a lot of fun to do that. And of course, since I've been saving my ammunition now, and the enemy is very close to me, that sounds like it's probably Rohan suffering that. How are the casualties doing? We're climbing back. We were down quite far for a while. Oh, I've lost track of my my Lake Town pikes, unfortunately, and there's a lot of archers around them, so I need to get them. Gandhi looks like he's backing me up by grabbing those Riddermark archers, because they could really be hurting my Lake Town pikes. Swordmasters of Esgaroth coming forward. I used my Earls of Dale to just lock those shield maidens in position for a while, along with the Melkor's Chosen, just long enough for the Swordmasters to get stuck in there. Medicelled Guard, though, not really able to lock those guys in place. And got the Dismounted Knights, sorry, Dismounted Earls of Dale pull in there too. Just really don't want the bloody shield maidens to be fighting. Luckily, as well, get my Earls of Dale in for a quick charge against the Medicelled Guard, so that's looking not too bad. Where is that rear charging cavalry? It looks like the cavalry of Rohan has come all the way around back here. They're not really wanting to punish our lines while we're disturbed. They're wanting to go and support Rohan, which I definitely think is a sound strategy. Now that the, of course, Arthedain forces have used up all of their ammunition at sort of maximum range against me, they can't really do anything to stop my archers coming nice and close and getting some really good fire into the side of these Arthedain men. So as painful as it was to just sit there and take the shots for so long, it's sort of paying off. Have I given my arm? No. Yeah. Yes, I have. No, I've not. Okay, cool. I've not given an armor upgrade to the Dalian Spearman. I thought I did for a minute. Kilduin River Patrol, this isn't the fight that they really want up against the Trolls of the White Hand, but hey, if they can just hold them in place for a while and maybe just give them a few cuts to the ankles, that's all that we can ask for them. I think the Moranon Infantry might be backing them up, which we appreciate. The Olakai over here, it'd be cool if the Olakai could come and just smash down into the Trolls of the White Hand. That's always, I love this sort of big monstrous units fighting each other, be it the Olakai and so on, or the Ents. Something like that looks kind of cool. Poor massacre of my Kilduin River Patrol. We'll see if another thing pops up later on in the battle. Lake Town Pikes again here, really not using these guys properly. I should be continuing the push forward, but my Earls of Dale are just showing their tanky ability. I love those guys as they just sort of power on through that, and they've really not taken too many casualties. The mounted Earls of Dale are not doing quite as well, but they've been at it for quite some time now. And it looks like we've got a bit of a confrontation. Oh, they're actually falling back from me. As I say, this is not a fight I intend to win, but if I can just deal some damage to them and lock them in place for a minute so that we can finish off the dismounted forces of Rohan without any cavalry running around and slamming us in the back. The Trolls of the White Hand, my Kilduin River Patrol are still standing with just 17 men left. Ah, great, the Dalian Paladins. These are... I really love to use the Dalian Paladins just to smash into units like the Olakai and the Trolls of the White Hand. And of course the Gundabad Trolls too. They're, well, not the Angmar Trolls. You know, the Trolls that really rely on a bit of armor to keep them safe. And you come in just with this massive mace. You don't just cut their ankle, you smash it to pieces. You obliterate that poor Troll's ankle. And get my Bardian Marksman over here. What am I firing at? I don't know if I agree with this. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I just feel that I do have all the arch... I think I was coming into the Illuminous Gate Guards, and then I just decided, nah, stuff it. Because the Illuminous Gate Guards were a sound strategy. So they were sending troops to reinforce Rohan, but they've kind of realised now that that's not going to happen. So they're falling back, and Y2K's still got a lot of archers, but Arthedain doesn't. And I do. I still do have quite a lot of arrows to spend, as do the Hobbits. So they may have a good position, but we're going to be trying our best to shoot them for a little while. Those tough armor though on the Isengard force, I absolutely love that. The sort of the silver shield there, the symbol on that silver shield looks so cool. Really do like the Earls of Dale. We've still got the Nazgul standing, probably a bit hurt by now, but something. Mordor is coming on over now just to try and deal with what's left of the cavalry. The Medicilled Guard have gotten split off here. The general's in there. Up against a normal unit of trolls, the Medicilled Guard would really be quite effective. But the Olokai are no normal trolls. Now Elamau is doing the perfect thing here of just coming in trying to charge down these trolls. But once the Earls of Dale arrive and the Mordor Guard, it's really going to be a bit of a mess for them. My poor Earls of Dale getting grabbed by the Medicilled Guard. This isn't fun. This isn't good for my poor boys. But they've good stuff. They're trying their best. Whoa, he's swinging like crazy. He's getting about like 4 or 5 swings a second there. He's just hammering down on that too. Jeepers sake. I don't know who's going to win there. The Medicilled Guard surely would win, unless the Medicilled Guard really has been hurt. But he's just the Earl. Oh, good. Thanks, boys. Thank you, boys. Saving my guy's ass there. And yeah, so now we're just sort of reorganizing in preparation to strike the next position. We're at 32 for 39 though, which is, that's usually pretty. People are playing CK2. People are playing CK2. I don't know about that. Sorry, I don't. When I record with OBS, I don't know if you guys can see my little Steam friend messages that pop up there. But if people are playing CK2, I wouldn't mind jumping in on that. No, I've still got 10,000 frames left. Well, they'll take too long. And I've only got 1 night, really. 2 nights, sort of, arguably. We'll see. If they're still in the setup phase, then maybe. Got distracted there. Rohan's general has fallen. I do like CK2, it's a fun game, but I'm not too excited for CK3, which, I don't know. Say what you want about it. I'm not too bothered by what I've been hearing about it so far. Then Earls of Dale, still 5 of them left, still doing what they need to do, just fighting alongside the Olokai. Wow, those Medicilled Guard made it quite a distance. So this is just a good little bit of teamwork. You know, you see this when it comes to like wargs fighting alongside trolls so much. I kind of am trying to do the same thing here, but just very expensive. Instead of just a unit of wargs fighting alongside a unit of cave trolls, we're trying it out with a unit of Earls of Dale fighting alongside a unit of Olokai. Don't let that guy throw his javelin. Do not let that guy throw his javelin, boys. They're totally surrounding him, so they shouldn't have it happen. But I always think it's just a fantastic strategy to get your wargs to like grab the unit of cavalry, and then your trolls come in from behind just with their tree trunks or their big hunking pieces of stone on a stick and just smash some skulls. Yeah, I tried to come out and back in because that Medicilled Guard is not going down. Oh, Battlefleet Gothic. Jeepers sake, I need to... Oh, that's only number 1. What is Warden doing? Good stuff. What? Oh, wait. My allies general died? I don't know. Sorry, I didn't really pick that up from the announcer. Anyway, we're over here now. And this is the defense that we have arrayed against us. So, once again, we're kind of just wanting Y2K to use up his ammunition on my archers or my spearmen. But Y2K is not really letting me do that, is he? He's coming through and smashing my poor padded leather Lake Town pikes, which is unfortunate. So they're dropping a few times. The Barding Herd would be able to resist that sort of fire, but the poor Lake Town pikes, I think I do realise it in time and I actually pull these guys back. And my Dalian Royal Guard as well, they've got their the ammunition. Keldron for patrol. Oh, damn, there's even one of them. Oh, jeepers, boys. This is good. This is looking pretty good. These guys are sure. Oh, they're not even out of ammunition yet either. Oh my god. Very nice, very nice. So, Barding Marksman there. Wanting to unload fire. Illuminous Gate Guard. Oh, prime target. Base target. A few of the Arthedain marksmen are just trying to absorb fire for them. If not the Illuminous Gate Guard, then the Uruk-hai pikes are my target. Either of them is great. More on archers coming on around. Still with ammunition, as I say, I don't think we were communicating it, but I think like we all just kind of simultaneously went with the idea that like, yeah, let's just tank all the fire. Let's just not fight them. Just let them unload on us. That sounds like it's the last of Rohan. Oh my goodness me, this poor banner carrier. He did. Oh wow, jeepers, poor man. That's of course the old. Oh wow, that's a really good face, isn't it? Look how high definition that face is. It's great. But yeah, that's of course the old unit for Dale. Old like Dalian swordsman, how they used to look back in the day. Been doing a lot of looking into 30 Divide and Conquer recently. The new version of that's coming out. Version 4 or version 5? I can't. I think it's. Yeah, I can't remember what we're on right now. But when that comes out, I would be pretty damn tempted to do a little campaign on that. Just see how that goes. Make sure, of course, I've got no other campaigns on the cards at the same time. Yeah, but I think it could be quite nice to do something like that. It's been so long since I've done a campaign. Oh yeah, there were some troops that were like all the way over here. So I just came over to back up the Bulldogs. I think the Bulldogs were like kicking their ass, but then a cavalry unit was like scaring them. So I was like, don't want the Cav to mess with them. So, or I think I just came over to make sure that Cav didn't mess with the Bulldogs. Either or. Because even just a unit of Warg Riders coming slamming in and out could have been really scary. So the Trolls are still alive. They're hurt, definitely, but they've still got a lot of numbers. Now, because of the way that they've gathered up here, they really are bunched up a bit. So I am able to... It's hard to miss this. Like, so say, if I'm coming in at the Dismounted Forest Era Knights, who are very, very nice looking, I don't really mind, like, oh, whoops, I accidentally just hit an Evandem Spear in the face instead. You know, it's, yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Y2K is countering me, and, but yeah, we're just pulling ahead a bit. Now, we are going to be on the offensive here. Probs, he's loading up CK2 again. But yeah, I don't know. Do I want to play some CK2? Matters if they're playing like with any mods or something like that. I really want to do this, the New World, whatever it's called. It's like the post-apocalyptic CK2, where you play in America and all that. That looks like a lot of fun. I've not played that yet. This will be really old actually, because this will be a month after. Oh well, yeah. Bloody CK3 is probably out by now. Warg Riders chasing back the Mordor archers, kind of wanting to counter them with the Kelduin River Patrol, throw some javelins at them if I can, but he kind of wants a piece of me there, so I'm like, oh dear, actually just run away. So he's shooting at me a bit. There's a lot of Hobbits. We're kind of like, the Hobbits are really going to be bringing it home for us, which is scary, because Hobbits can mass route. The Farmers of Buckland, of course, can. But Hobbits can mass route, and Hobbits man for man are not really going to be able to beat the Uruk-hai. So even though we do have a percentage advantage, that's not really so true. But yeah, Trolls of the White Hand coming around. But because we do have the numbers, and we've got sort of 3 armies remaining, one of them may be very small, we can actually do this kind of total surround that we've got going on here. You know, like, we really are just squishing the poor boys. Champions of the White Hand's still alive, so don't want them to get any charges off on us. I've got my Earls of Dale, who can, 4 of them. One of them's got a banner, so they can maybe kill one of the champions if they get lucky. Kelduin River Patrol, and this is the thing, since they've got no archers here, I can just stand right the hell here. Actually, sorry, they do have archers, but since they don't have too many archers, I can stand right there and throw at them, and then I can get punished for being too cocky and run away, it seems. Yeah, oh well, it was a thing. It was worth a try, I guess. Champions of the White Hand coming for some good charges there. Looks like they might have actually had a charge that Minas Morgul chosen. Damn. I would have, if you could have gotten a charge on the Uruk-hai, that could have been really nasty. But looks like there was some Uruk-hai archers trying to grab them too. But everything that we can just kill bit by bit is really helpful. And then once again, oh no, they're out. Are these guys out? These guys actually still have ammo, jeepers sake. Kelduin River Patrol luckily came back, but they're really badly damaged. These Kelduin River Patrol are still bolting off, though. They ain't coming back with 5 men. Even if they did, that's not really such a great amount of kills. So, right now what they seem to be set up for is Y2K is ready to go sort of man-on-man up against Grizzly Fox, whereas that's going to leave Arthedain to try and deal with my army, and also, well, actually Y2K's got a lot of forces coming over to deal with Mordor. So it is kind of this 1v1 between me and Arthedain, whereas then Y2K handles the flanks. Oh gosh, they're kind of throwing away a lot of their own boys, but Guards of Orthanc, they are an elite unit at the end of the day. We'll slow it down. Guards of Orthanc are going to be able to do not too bad here, even though they may be sort of lower amount of damage and than some units. Defeat is certain there. Minas Morgul Chosen are a pretty unpleasant thing for them to fight, but still, I just don't much care for the Guards of Orthanc. I love the aesthetic, I love the idea behind them, I love everything about the Guards of Orthanc, apart from actually using them in a battle. So it's just, yeah, nah, they're just not for me. And they're just sort of getting smashed out there. But they'll hold the line for a little while. They are elite units at the end of the day. And those crossbows are going to be hurting people. Oh god, was that the Bulldogs? Oh no, boys! Oh, the Bulldogs actually routed there. I do not see 14 Bulldogs routing from the field very often. And especially with the General still among them. Bloody Gothmog? Is that his name? Yeah, something like that. Banditos came forward, tried to pester them with their javelins. So we've just been throwing stuff at the enemy right now. Forester and defenders coming up to answer to them. Bandits are definitely not going to be able to deal with that too well. Turkish hunters have sent all of their arrows down range. They'll just be fodder on the front line. Their tiny little knives are not going to do too much. Predford protectors have got a bit of ammunition. Vanderbrass archers are kind of badly beaten. The poor hobbits have taken a few casualties from just general skirmishing back and forth between the boys. They have some javelins of their own, who hopefully will not be fighting up against my men. Definitely don't want my Barding Herd, my totally untouched currently Barding Herd, who are, I'm going to be needing them to just bust their way through this Arthedain line. Maybe I should be coming forward right now, I think. I don't want to come forward until the Hobbit's dead. But yeah, because Gandhi's doing alright over here. He's got his Nazgul through now. And surely his Bulldogs came back from routing. Because they wouldn't have just kept on routing. Oi oi oi. Champions of the White Hand really being used quite well by Y2K in this panicked scenario and just sort of slamming into these high value units. Oh god, Guards of Orthanc running on off. General still alive? I don't know. Doesn't look like I'm not seeing him. Crossbowmen, they really are going to need to... Oh damn, they're going to need to survive, but I don't think they're going to. It looks like he's maybe sacrificing one unit of crossbows to save the other. No, he's trying to get both of them out. That's good. And I am swamping forward now. The Trolls of the White Hand are going to try and stop me, which is not good. Daly and Bowman are going to try and... oh no, they're running past. Oh, boys, are we getting it? Are we getting this fight? Come on. Come on. Ents v Trolls of the White Hand. Let's do it. Yep, this is nice. Nice. Good stuff. I just like to see this. It's just fun. When you get the two big units sort of clashing up against each other. I know they're just glitching through each other. Now, the Ents are, of course, going to win this. The Ents have some pretty brutal stats on them, and the Trolls of the White Hand have just been fighting for so long. But they'll take damage there. Those big, heavy swings are not going to be fun for the Ents. A lot of javelins coming into the flanks there. I'm just coming forward. My Barding Herd, as I say, they're really what I'm relying on to do most of the damage here. The Daly and Bowman and such, even the Pikemen, are just there as an additional. But it's the Barding Herd, and the Barding Mark's been looking good. Looking good, boys. Down here, Orc Javies, still with some javelins, actually, jeepers sake. And the Moron Infantry just flooding forward now. We're just coming in from all sides and just overwhelming this formation. Y2K's got his very beautiful line of pikes and swordsmen, but Gandhi might try and break it from behind. But these boys are wavering and they're broken. Yeah. That was maybe a bit too bold, Gandhi. Maybe a bit too bold. But they did their part. And they've already been fighting for quite some time now. We can't really ask too much more of them. All the way along this front line, I'm having victory. Oh dear. Oh, he was still part of the Guards of Orthanc force, but he's just managed to bump into some boys, Hobbit train arms. Dismounted Knights of Innuminez here, definitely capable of going toe-to-toe with my paladins, but the armor piercing of those paladins is going to be really tipping the scales. And, oh. Yeah, and the fact that the paladins are wearing this really, really heavy armor as standard anyway is just going to be too much for the Knights of Innuminez, I think. on the front line. As I say, it's just I'm just outnumbering them, and it's just the phalanx versus the spears. The defenders will stand for quite a while, but they can't stand forever. Ooh, good. Yeah. Scared me for a sec. I was like, wait, no, that's not my general. So we've taken down that Arthedain general, which is hopefully going to cause the rest of his army to break. Y2K coming on over now to sort of form a final front line. Mordor archers here trying to clash with it, but they're just probably going to be getting massacred. But hey, it's good that Gandhi is still just constantly active. He's not just being like, okay, well, I've done my part, you know, let the boys handle it. He is constantly just sort of throwing his units into the line. This is a bit more of a disorganized attack here, but the swarm of hobbits and bandits and Dunedain rangers do seem to be working quite well up against the Uruk-hai. But once the pikes get sent forward, but they're not really able to do that because the troll drummers are tearing stuff up in the back lines. Y2K having to turn around and deal with the farmers of Buckland, but this is just the problem is there's so many hobbits. There's just so gosh damn many hobbits remaining. Ents coming flying forward now. Well, I say flying forward. They'll charge in a minute. Okay, well they're sending my men flying. No, okay, I thought they'd do this sort of like, you know, the shimmy run that they do. Okay, no, sort of doing it. And that's a break there. And I think this is going to spread into a mass rout. Well, we got some crossbows, so I'll probably speed on up there. Yeah, as I say, the main thing that I found very interesting with that one was just that it really did show Dale's ability to take arrow fire, because just about all of their archers have a shield on their back. They've all got some half-decent armor, so they're an amazing skirmishing force. I think they're really the only human army that I think can effectively skirmish with the likes of Mirkwood. Maybe not. I've never tried it with Lothlorien, but definitely Mirkwood. You can out skirmish Mirkwood. You've got to be ready for it, and you've got to take the right army to do that. But you can do it, and very few other human armies can. I think you always just end up losing far too much than to make it worthwhile. And I think we did a good job there of just letting the enemy use up their arrows on us. I really liked Ealamal's army there. His choice of units was composition. That's the word I'm looking for. I really liked his army composition. I thought it was pretty damn good for this sort of situation. Good amount of sort of quality units. I think maybe I came in a bit too hard. A bit harder with reinforcements than Arthedain did. And I think maybe if Arthedain had sent a few more troops a little bit earlier, and also maybe if he had used his ammunition sort of to shoot down some orcs or something like that instead of firing at my archers, maybe. Going through my kills, Dalian Royal Guard and Dalian Paladins getting not too many kills, but still pretty damn healthy. And you've got to keep in mind those Dalian Paladins were fighting Knights of Innuminus, and also before that they were fighting the Trolls of the White Hand. So yeah. Earls of Dale, one of them was pretty healthy toward the end of it, but the other one got thrown in. We saw their absolute brutal resilience there. Swordmasters, I love the Swordmasters of Esgaroth, as I say. Poor Lake Town Pikes, actually, they got through without really suffering too many casualties. Good for them. Barding Herd, I only had one unit of Barding Herd. 2 Pikes, 1 Barding Herd, of course, yeah. So no, the Barding Herd were very important for just breaching that line. My River Patrol, got put in some bad spots, and I really got too bold with them. Got them far too close to the enemy lines, just trying to get these javelin volleys off and ended up causing them to break. So they could have done better, but you know, it is what it is. How many capture to taken prisoner? Yeah, so you can see. Oh right. Oh no, none of them were taken prisoner. That's nice. Some of the poor Dalian spearmen were though, and but yeah, so you can see my Dalian bowmen. Pretty nice, 108, 128, 85 though, you can put one more. Barney Marksman there, nice, and still pretty healthy. They had a lot more fighting to do in melee, and I think I did pretty well with my Earls of Dale too. Grizzly Fox up there, as I say, did a good job of just waiting out Y2K, just staring him down, like waiting till the right opportunity and then getting stuck in was right. Maybe a bit too bold with the cavalry to try and counter Rohan's cav. I know it's scary to have cavalry behind you, but sometimes you just got to watch them. Just got to leave something in reserve to go deal with them instead of trying to charge out. and really losing the unit that you're meant to keep yourself safe with. Gandhi, yeah, good intuition. I think overall, good time to attack. I think because he went in, I didn't tell him to go in. He went in, then I just backed him up. So I liked that, and yeah, good skirmish buddy to have by my side. Elamau there, I think, yeah, didn't really do anything wrong. Maybe just a little bit too far away from Arthedain, at the base of the hill, but no. Yeah, as I say, I would have maybe grabbed one more like Lancer instead of instead of like 2 units of Riddermark skirms. I would have grabbed like 1 unit of Riddermark skirms, red shields, and then like a Riddermark cavalry, something like that. I know he did the Sons of the Owl, though. Did he? I think so. Yeah, maybe something like that. Then the Arthedain boy, as I say, I think it was just a case of should have maybe come in with more. Because he came forward to like threaten me, but the problem was when he was threatening me, he just came forward and he shot at me, which is good. Like I do often say that should, that's what you do. But the problem is he came forward and he just sort of shot at me, and then he didn't really threaten me anymore. Like I didn't go and attack him. I was going to go and attack him. I was happy enough with him just shooting me. But he maybe should have come forward and got a closer shot on me, or actually come in for a full-on attack against me. That, or he should have sent a lot more troops down to join Rohan. But it was a good intuition when he did realise Rohan's fallen. Come on back up the hill, back up Y2K. And Y2K had a lot on his plate. Like he was the last sort of full army there, and he had been coming in with with his wargs, messing some stuff up. We saw he used his trolls pretty effectively, I think, and pretty risky, but but good stuff. We could have maybe come in for a cav charge against those trolls, but we didn't. So, and I'm sure he would have been watching out for our ability to do that. I think Y2K did the right thing. I think he spent a bit too much time sort of focusing on the Hobbits advance when like Arthedain was falling on his flank, but like there was nothing he could have really done, I don't think, at that point. But anyway, sorry about banging the table, but yeah, thank you very much, guys.